All right, all right. Good morning, good morning. All right, we got good audio. Turn this down over here. Clear that out over there. Make sure this is all working over there. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get this show on the road. What is today? All runs together, man. Is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday already? Yeah, it is Wednesday. Um, wow, it's Wednesday already. I wasn't sure what day it was, but all right, hump day, man. All right, so um we are 10 days in this sucker, man. And we're gonna get this sucker rolling today. So yesterday we did um teaching from a book that you were reading or teaching from something that you were reading. And that is always good so that we don't come across as the know-it-all and that we're always a student, we're always learning, we're always trying to um, get better. We're always trying to learn something new because like I said yesterday, if you stop learning in this crazy game, especially as this market is right now, I mean, it's just you're gonna get past, man. And even when those good days, even when back when the market was insane, you still need to learn, even when the market's just so easy and business is just falling at your feet. Those are the times you still need to learn, and because everyone gets lazy and they get complacent, and those are the times you need to learn the most, because that's when everyone stops. But when you get to um, times like right now, it's imperative that you're learning something. And it's imperative that you're doing something to get better. And that's why yesterday's was so important, and paying it forward as well. Today is record a video and provide an update to the challenge. Provide a provide an update to your group about how the challenge is going and what you've learned so far and how you're benefited from the challenge. Where you've grown, where you've challenged yourself, and um, how you see everything playing out. Because a lot of you guys have struggled with getting on video, have get it, and get putting yourself out there, which is, like I said, that is a scary thing for a lot of people. And then other of you guys have just embraced it and just gone with it and just have done a tremendous job with it and done phenomenally with it. So, what have you guys learned from it? And really, this is the point where we're going to start turning the page. Um, we've done some basic, just get you some courage, built up to this point for the first 10 days. Here going forward, I'm going to dump a crap load of tech on you. And I'm going to start putting tons of apps out here. I'm going to start showing you tons of things that we do. It's just going to get really, really tech heavy. So it may go a little over your head in some cases, but that's why it's out here. You can always come back and watch it. You can always go Google it. You can go YouTube it. You can say, hey, what Mike said this about that, or Mike was talking about that, or this. How do you tie that together? You can always take what I'm showing you and YouTube it. Because once you kind of get the concept of it, if you can't figure it out completely, YouTube it. But once you understand it, take your notes, figure it out how to apply it yourself, and make it work for you. And then from there, you can always deviate and apply it and make it yours. And that's what you're going to learn a lot about the social media game is make it yours. There's so many things that people do and that people copy, and people will tell you, hey man, if you like this, copy it and redo it, make it yours. And it's just the way it is, man. And you like the way somebody did a post, copy it, change it. Don't just verbatim copy it and repost it exactly the way they did it. Take the idea, change it, make it yours. Change some variables about it. Don't change the messaging too much, because obviously if there was a good post, the messaging was good, but change the delivery, change the way it comes across, change the way it looks. Use the same music or whatever, but put your face and repackage it and send it back out there. People do it all the time. All the time. So, and you'll see they do it all the time, and you'll see they talk about it all the time. So it's completely embraced. They share it all the time. There's apps out there that show you how to do this. I'm going to show you that today actually as well. So create a video today about how this challenge has helped you. It's good to get out there, let your people know what's going on, talk to them about it, and all that good stuff. So I want to get into this tech stuff and get this party started with that. One other thing I want to talk about real quick is this. The whole thing about the whole social media thing is you've just got to get started. You got to get committed to the process. And it's not easy. It's not easy. And that's why the whole thing's a 30-day process, because you're trying to break old habits. You're trying to get form new habits and get things started. And when you're forming new habits, it takes 7 days to get that new habit going. And you've got to be consistent about what you do, and you've got to be steady about it, and you've got to be persistent about it, and you got to be diligent about that whole approach and everything. And there's several things that a lot of people fail to do, and don't let mistakes and disappointments of the past control your direction or your future. If you've tried something like this in the past and it didn't work, it's okay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with starting or trying again. Nothing wrong with trying to start again. Absolutely nothing. Don't be afraid to start again. Then there is, let me see if I can switch over here. I want to show you another one real quick. It's not swapping over for me like I wanted it to. Let me go back over here real quick and go to this one. Here we go. See if that'll pop up. Here we go. Cannot start over, but we can begin now and make a new ending. So maybe you tried something like this in the past. Well, you can't go back and start over again, but you can begin again and you can make a new ending. So don't let something in the past discourage you from trying this again. This isn't easy because you're dealing with your emotions and you're scared to get out there and do it. And there's anxiety there. So you got to try. And most people fail at some of this, and it's hard. But once you get out there and you start to have success with it, I promise you, it gets easier and easier and easier. And with the way this market's changing, people, you guys need to get out there and start doing this. I mean, for real. With the way this whole commission stuff's changing, if you're not doing a lot of listings, I mean, how are you going to get your listings? if you're not starting to get out there in front of your people. I mean, you've got to start doing things differently. And this is one of the things you've got to start doing. So, yeah, I encourage you to start doing this at some level to get over this anxiety, to get yourself out there. All right, enough of that. Let's go on to the tech stuff. So, we talked yesterday about doing, get your conduit, your bridge to move stuff from your computer over, or however you want to do it. If you want to do it all on your phone, that's up to you. I prefer to have some of the stuff on my computer and move it back and forth because I use Snagit. So what I'm going to show you guys today is we're going to go into Canva and we're going to grab some more of the, let me get over here to Canva. Let me switch over to that Canva screen so you guys can see this. And we're going to show to Canva, and we're going to show one project where we're going to take it and then we're going to export it over to my phone, and then we're going to chop up the canvas, and then we're going to bring it back and we're going to start layering the images on it so that we can upload it into Instagram and then create a carousel real quick. So let's go. What do we want to do? Let's go. Where do I want to go? I want to go to. Am I in the right one? This is my right account. I've got a couple different accounts. I can't tell if this is the right one I want to be. Yeah, this is the right one I want to be in. Yeah, this is the right one I want to be in. Start. All right, so let's grab this. Actually, better yet, change that idea. Let's create a design. Let's custom size, and we're going to go 2160 by 1920. And again, 2160 by 1920, that is going to be 2 pages wide as far as a reel is concerned, simply because your regular one is going to be a 1080 by 1920. So you're going to take 1080 times 2, which is 2160. So that's why you have 2160. That way you have 2 pages wide, but your height stays the same, 1920 across the top. So that's why we have 2160. So once you get in here, what you want to do is hit, you want to show rulers. So you go to File, View Settings, Show Rulers. And it's a little funky at first, but you come up here, grab this little line right here, come down, and you want to get down to 192. And that's going to set that margin. And I always like to double check myself real quick. 2 times 2. 30. Yep. 192. And then you're going to bring another one down. It's 1728. 198. What was that? $17.28. Yep. All right. These are your little margins that you want to set. That way it's going to, when it crops for the Facebook, I mean, not the Facebook, for the Instagram feed, that's going to set your top 15, your bottom 15. So this is where you need to be playing in. This is where you want to put all your information in. Otherwise, if you use all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom, it's going to get cropped out. So you want to make sure you have that set that way. And then what you want to do is you want to come in here and grab this bar and come out here to the 1080 page and set it right there in the middle of 1080. And now what you've done is perfectly set up a 1080 page 1 and a 1080 page 2. So now you have page 1s and page 2s. So now what you're going to do is come over here and grab whatever template you want. So let's just start finding a template real quick. We'll do something simple and easy. Something that has some good flow. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. That's got some flow to it. Excuse me. So, all right, so I don't want, in this case, the coming soon. I don't want these little bubbles. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it to this. Change it to that. All right, so I'm going to use this little canvas here. Now, if you want, you can come over here to the elements and you can add little things. You can do a little arrow if you want to add it in there. If you want to make it a little bit more pronounced, you could do that. You can eliminate this one. That way, if you want to make it a little bit more pronounced of where that, hey, this is a 2-page collage, you can do it. You can see where it's going to help you line up your center points and stuff like that. And line it up like that. So at that point, you have that, or you could get to where you can draw in lines. So if you wanted to have some sort of like little graphics or whatever behind it, I mean, you can do whatever you want. There's all sorts of graphics back here that you can get all fancy with it. I mean, you can do all sorts of things. I mean, the sky's the limit on what you want to do. But the point of the matter is this is just trying to set up an example for what we want to do this morning. This thing, I'm going to actually change the color to, I'm going to want to make it white. So I'm going to take, actually, yeah, I'm going to make that white. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I want to call it 2-page 19 by 20 by 2-page 19 by 20 high. I'm going to save that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share it. And I'm going to download it. And I'm going to download it. And what I'm going to do, and this is where it starts to get to where they'll start to charge you eventually, but they'll charge you for transparent background, but we'll get into showing you a couple apps and how you can remove the background on it later. But in this case, I won't need a transparent background, but you want to download it all. Let's see, size 1. All right, that's all good. So it's going to download it. And I'm going to take it. Now what it did, let's see if it's going to bring it. That's showing up in the other window. No, it's not showing up. All right, let me switch over here so you guys can see this. All right, it should start sharing again. There we go. All right, so now what happened is when it downloaded, it went into my downloads folder. When I opened my downloads folder, it showed up here. So now what I'm doing is I'm opening up my OneDrive, which that stuff wants to keep popping up. There it goes. Now I can minimize that back down, making sure this all stays on screen so you guys can see it. Yep, there it goes. So now in this case, I want to go to, like I said before, always have your main file you go for. In my case, it's text items. It opens up for my stuff that goes to my phone. File transfer is just easy for me there. In this case, I'm going to take and move this over here to my file transfer folder. So now it's going to upload there. And now it's telling me it's done. So now what I can do is I can come over here and let's see here. Get my file sharing to start going again. All right. Now I can come over here to my phone. Make sure that's showing. Okay, there we go. So now I can come over here to my OneDrive on my phone. And I can go to same thing, text items. Whoops, I want to end the file. I don't want to open the file. Open the file and file transfers. 2-page high right there. That's what I want. Take it and download it. So now it's downloading to my photos. So now if I go to my photos, there it is right there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my apps and I'm going to open photo editors, Unsquare. And I'm going to open this up, go to recent, open it up. That's what I want. And what I want to tell it down here is I want to tell it I want 2 pieces. So now see, it just divided it up into 2 pieces. You see how it's got the framing on it here. It's got the center right there in the middle. And now it's going to create it into 2 completely different pieces. Tell it done. Now it's done. Now what I do, if I go back to my, oh, why is it not there now? Your pictures have been saved. Okay. There they are. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take select, move both of them back to OneDrive, files, text items, file transfers, upload here. They're both there. And the cool thing about Unsquare is you can use that for doing as many file. I mean, as many of them you want. I mean, you see those collages where there's like 5 or 9 pictures that are broken up into squares. You can do that with that kind of stuff. That's how they do it. So now I come back into here, and this image 477, 4778 uploaded a few seconds ago. These are our 2 images. So now we're going to take these and we're going to download them. I'm going to go back to my download box. There they are. I'm going to move these off to the side for just a second. And then I'm going to bring them into Snagit. Import into library. I didn't download yet. I only brought one in. Brought in 477. All right, bring in 4778. Oh, come on. Work with me here. All right, there they are. Now we have both of them here. So here's 477, which is the one that has the arrow. So this is going to be our first one because this is going to show the arrow to give somebody the visual cue that, hey, there's another one coming. And then we're going to go back to the library and it's going to be 477 or 4778. Well, they're backwards, but who cares? So now we've got our canvas that we can do anything we want with. So whatever we want to put out here, we can put out here. So if I wanted to put these images out here as to talk about why there was a lack of building or whatever I wanted to talk about, now it's just a matter of layering. So it's just a matter of whatever you want to do. So let's say we want to talk about the mortgage effect, or you know what, let's go out here. I've downloaded a bunch of stuff the other day about a collage I'm about to put together. Where is that? Go here. No, I don't want that. I want this one. So let's talk about this one. Is this the one? Is this the one? Yes. So let's put this one in here. Copy. Slide it back over. Come over here. Oh, you're not working with me this morning. Come on, man. Now make me import this into the library again. Sometimes it'll let you copy it into it. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes it can be fickle about bringing it into the library. So we want to go to top. Come on, because I haven't opened the unzip file. Come on. I downloaded a bunch of this stuff the other day and I didn't open the drive up completely. So now it's giving me crap. So it won't open up the entire thing until I open it up, the zip drive. So go over here. Let me open this thing up real quick. Updates. View. Large icons. Here we go. All right. So now that's opened. So let's just grab that. So now let's go grab that. New image. No, I don't want that. Gotta love live TV, man. But at the same time, I'm doing this on the fly. You can tell I'm not sitting here baking it in and just, flying through it and just fast forwarding and showing you. I mean, I'm going live real time showing you how to do it. So import the library. So now let's go find that folder again. So KCM. Why? Okay, why is it not showing any supported files? Well, that's weird. Why is it not showing supported files? Because I can see them there in that folder. All right, well, screw that. Let's go find a different one then. What I was going to do is actually build a post, and I was going to post it out there with you guys. But we'll move on. So let's just say we're going to build. Let's say we're just going to build this one. So mortgage rates. So in this case, we're going to talk about mortgage rates and the fact that the impact that the mortgage rates have, and the fact that we have 26% of homeowners have a rate of 3% or less. 44.7% of people have a rate of 3.1 to 4%. 20%, 20.3% have a rate of 4.01 to 5, and 5% people have 5 to 6, and then obviously 3.7 or higher, or 3.7%. Cannot talk this morning. 3.7% of people, homeowners, have a rate of 6% or greater. So what this is telling us is this vast majority of homeowners out there have a rate of 5% or less. So you have, what's that, 60, 70%. Over 70% of people have a rate of 5% or less. You've got over 60%. Heck, you've got almost 70% that actually have that. So you really have 80% that have less than 5%. So you have a lot of people that are really scared to move up. Actually, if I were read it over here, you got the summary right there. So this is another reason why people are scared to move up. You got to help them understand why they can still get a rate down into the 5s, or help them understand they can get a rate close to the 4s, because a lot of them don't think they can. So you got to be able to show them how to do that. So what you can do is you can take this image and you can copy it, bring it over here, and you can paste it. And now all you're doing, actually, we want to paste it. I want to copy that. I want to bring it over here first, because this is our first slide. I copied the wrong thing. Do that. Copy this. I want to put it onto this one because this is the one with the arrow. So this is going to be our first one. So now you want to take it, and you can either try to resize it by dragging it, or you can turn around and increase the size in here. I suggest resizing it. Actually, it is trying to do the let's go right here. Let's increase it here first, because it's going to be easier for us to increase it here first versus fighting with it over here, because what it's trying to do is grab the canvas and our image at the same time, and we're just going to have a fight in our hands to do that. So that's all you have to do, is layer it in there like that. And that's what I was referring to as layering. So if you want to turn around and build this out, if you want to have some verbiage up top, you want to add some more stuff in there, you want to add logos, I mean, it's whatever you want. And then once you're ready to go, you confirm your image size. So like right down here, now the image size has altered a little bit. Now, if I go in here and I change this, if I change this to the width of 1080 by 1920, which is going to give us our perfect real size again, what it's going to do is it's going to want to flatten. And I don't want to flatten it, because then it's going to want to lock it down. So we won't be able to edit or move this anymore. Again, once you flatten everything, it flattens everything into one item. So if you had like 15 layers in there, you won't be able to edit anything. It all becomes one item that's uneditable anymore. So as soon as you flatten everything, it's one uneditable items. So be cautious of that. Only flatten things when you're at the very, very end of the process. What it's also done is it's changed this to, notice this as well, it changed it to a 1080 by 1080. So now it changes to a square. So at this point, this is going to be an actual, I didn't notice that setting. And when I did the square format, when I did it unsquaring, I didn't change the setting. That was my mistake. I did the unsquare setting for square, 1080 by 1080 instead of a 1080 by 1080 by 1920, which is a real setting. So that was my mistake there. But that still works. It still works perfectly fine. It actually works better for these slides. So it's just one of those things you've got to be cautious of, because there's all of those different aspect settings and ratio settings, which is why I put all of those settings out in the Facebook page, because you're not going to remember them all. Eventually you will, but you're not going to remember them all. And there's a quick reference point for them all. And speaking of them all, I just realized what time it was. We're running late. So this is this part. We'll pick up from here tomorrow and we'll keep going with it. We'll build the rest of this out, and then I'll show you how to take it and then move it out. Then we'll do the voiceover with it and go from there with it. So that's it. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. You guys have a great one.